I stated here, the iPhone 17 just launched and people were already talking about the next iPhone, the iPhone 18. With all the features that were revealed, people were like, okay, this feature didn't make it to this one, maybe it will make it to the next one. What about the design? The iPhone Air is happening. Does this mean the next year we're gonna have iPhone Air 2? Possibly. What about an iPhone Ultra? There were some rumors about it, but people quickly scratched that because they were like, okay, the iPhone Pro Max is the best iPhone of the whole lineup. So what an Ultra has to do with it, how it can be even better than the Pro Max. So that idea was left behind. What about battery? What about cameras? The design? All these questions. And the most important, should you upgrade now to the iPhone 17 or wait until the next iPhone is out? Let's find out. While iPhone 17 got some improvements and updates, what can we expect from the iPhone 18? So the iPhone 17 lineup offers a huge range of updates and improvements, plus it heralds the introduction of an all-new iPhone line, the iPhone Air. The new 70 series brings better cameras, a new design and better processing, but not everyone is sold on the 2025 iPhone lineup. What's next? The iPhone 8e series, of course. There are already tons of rumors around the 2026 iPhones, like to be headlined by the iPhone 8e series. Some of these rumors are years in the making, while others are relatively new. They all, however, point to a pretty huge year for the iPhone. So, should you wait for the iPhone 80 series instead of buying an iPhone 70 or iPhone Air? Here's what we all know about the iPhone 18 so far. So basically, rumors are cooking all the time. As I said about the iPhone Ultra, people are speculating because there is an Apple Watch Ultra, so it can make it. The next I'm expecting there is to be an Apple Watch Air, even though the Series 10 that I have is already 10, so I don't know what they can do with an Apple Watch Air, or just to bring another member to the family. But let's see what else we know. Samsung and other companies have been doing a flip slash foldable phone for quite some time now. Does this mean that it's finally time for Apple to drop one? So the biggest change for the iPhone 17 lineup comes in the form of a new device that doesn't have 70 branding at all. The iPhone Air is a totally new model in the lineup, built for those who prefer something as thin as possible to something with a long battery life and multiple cameras. That's alongside Apple's doing away with the Plus model. But rumors indicate Apple could make even bigger changes in 2026. Not only is the company likely to release an updated version of the iPhone Air, potentially called the iPhone Air 2, but it's also reportedly set to finally debut its first foldable iPhone. That means the 2026 iPhone lineup could look something like this. We have the iPhone Air, iPhone 18 Pro, iPhone 18 Pro Max, iPhone Air 2, iPhone Fold / iPhone 18 Fold. It'll be interesting to see. Personally, I don't want to see a foldable iPhone. I don't know why. Neither a flip one. It's just like, leave this to the other companies. I like iPhones the way it is. I still can't get over like how thin the iPhone Air is and why we need this. So it'll be good to have more screen real estate. And maybe now if we have an iPhone foldable, this means it has to be thin. Imagine like the Pro models, this will be the thickness to the new foldable phone, how thin this will be. But will we get this or not? Like, we can be getting rumors for this. Like, iPhone will make a foldable phone since Samsung started making it and other companies as well. So we still don't know if we're gonna ever get a foldable iPhone. If we get an iPhone foldable, does this mean that we're gonna get all 5 iPhones at the same time? Or some of them will be delayed or come out early? We all know that September is iPhone season. This is why we get the new iPhones alongside with the new Apple Watches and sometimes something new like the new AirPods Pro 3 this year. So when we'll possibly get the new iPhones next year? The foldable iPhone will reportedly be very thin, with early rumors reported to 4.5 to 4.8 millimeters when unfolded. Reports suggest you have a 5.5-inch display on the front and a 7-inch display on the inside. You also come at a high price. Apple analyst Ming-Chi Kuo has reported that the device will cost over $2,000, making it even more expensive than the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7. It's worth noting that it's entirely possible that not all of these devices will launch at the same time. It would not be unheard of for Apple to announce the iPhone Fold in September and release it to the public later in October. Not only that, but some recent reports indicate that Apple might end up delaying the base iPhone 18, releasing it in 2027 instead of alongside the other models in 2026. I'll be very surprised to see this happen, however. Me too, to be honest. But Of course, it will be kind of interesting if you drop 5 iPhones at the same time, even though Apple is doing it with 4 every year, and I have to say they're doing it great because you have 4 phones, you don't have to wait for the best one to come. You just choose instantly which phone you want, you pre-order it, and it's yours in a few days when it launches. But it's interesting to see if they're gonna do a foldable phone, how it will compete against Samsung. If it's $2,000, I see some people buying it, but I don't think it will be the best sold out iPhone in my opinion. So yes, people still might go with the baseline. If the Air turns out to be good, I haven't tested it yet, people might go for the Air as well, but is that it? The biggest flex of on every phone that launches is the camera. People were testing phones, comparing different brands to find the best camera. Does this mean that Apple can take the crown with the next iPhone launch? Cameras are always a focus of the new iPhone releases, and while sometimes the improvements are little minor, the iPhone 18 series may end up getting more impressive camera improvements. According to a leak from Apple leaker Jukas Lozarif on Twitter, the iPhone 18 series will get a new 3-layer camera sensor from Samsung, which should make the camera more responsive, while at the same time improving dynamic range and reducing noise. This would actually be a pretty big change for Apple, considering the fact that Sony has long supplied all of the camera sensors in the iPhone series. According to Apple analyst Min-Chi Kuo, the new sensor will be used for the 2026 iPhone's ultra-wide camera. So we already had some camera improvements. Yes, now all the cameras at the back are 48 megapixel. And we have center stage in the front camera, which is something I never thought I need, but it's good to have it. Now the question is, compared to last year's update, it feels like it barely anything changed. So is there a possibility that we will do bigger changes to actually make you decide, okay, I need these upgrades? Maybe you have an iPhone 16. I didn't upgrade it to 17 because I felt like there's no need to, but I do need the 18. Hopefully, finally, Apple will deliver an iPhone which will say, yes, even from the previous, you need these upgrades, because honestly, I'm still waiting for such a thing to happen. Now to the biggest question, when should you upgrade? I still have my 14 Pro Max. As I said, I plan to upgrade to the 17, but honestly all the improvements that I did weren't enough. I don't know what I was expecting, but compared the 40 to 70, yes, there are changes. I'm not denying this, but it's not something that I will need immediately to have in my hands. So I decided, okay, I will push it and wait for another year. But with which iPhone model should you upgrade, or any phone model? So obviously the iPhone 18 series should be better than the iPhone 70 series. Phone models improve every single year. But the question remains, should you upgrade now or wait for next year? It's complicated. Basically, if you need a new phone, then upgrade now. If you're happy with your iPhone 15 or 16 Pro or Pro Max, wait a year and see what happens. What you probably shouldn't do is assume that rumors are fact. Yes, a foldable iPhone has been rumored for a long time, but it's entirely possible that Apple ends up delaying the release of it for 2077 or beyond. If you're on the fence but need a new phone now, you could always upgrade now and sell it or trade in your new device next year once the iPhone 18 series is finally revealed. Year-old iPhones usually retain their value decently well, and you may only be out a few $100s if you keep your device in a good condition. So I'll say yes, it's good to trade in. I have tried to see if this is an opportunity for local Apple reseller stores because we don't have an Apple store, but unfortunately I couldn't find anything. So even if I trade in my phone, it's in really good condition, like barely you can see its use, but I will do nothing. So I have to sell my phone in case I want to buy a new one and at least make some of my money back, which is not ideal. Yes, first I'll need to clean up my phone, obviously, but it's kind of like a longer process if you can do a regular trade-in like Apple does. But yes, you shouldn't rely on rumors. Rumors are rumors. Yes, when the actual product comes out, say, finally rumors are true. Exactly the same thing I said when the iPhone Air came. But not everything is true, so you shouldn't trust everything you see on the internet. And yes, even though it would be a good thing to see Apple making a new phone, it doesn't mean that it will happen this year, next year, maybe the next 10 years. It really depends on Apple and what their focus is on. Okay guys, that was the video. Hope you enjoyed. Comment down below if you have an iPhone, what iPhone model do you have, and will you update to the newest iPhone 70 series, maybe the iPhone Air, or you will stay with your current model. As I said many times, I don't plan on doing it. Maybe in the future. Currently, I'm waiting for the newest MacBook to drop because I do need a new laptop, to be honest. And I have been eyeing a MacBook for quite some time now. Finally saved enough, so all the things that I unbox here, I spent with my own money. I'll be more than blessed if Apple sends me to review their stuff as a small creator. But let's not get our hopes up because I have around 2,000 subscribers. But that'll be the video. Hope you enjoyed. Please smash that like button if you like this video, share with friends. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, turn on the bell so you know if I will never repost new videos. And I'm gonna see you next time. Bye.